Pretty little shorty coming out of the suburbs. Don't think it's sweet, boo, you can still get murked. My name all in your mouth, bet it tastes like dessert. Mad I got the juice and you dry like the desert. Why you mad, ayy? Cause I'm in my bag, ayy. Worry about me, worry about your showing price tag. See me glowing up and all these haters wanna be mad. Stuck in the same spot while I'm getting jet lag. Catch me out of state, making a moves becoming great. Ain't solid now, but when you eatin', everybody wanna plate. Wanna seat at the table, wanna act like they grateful. Don't mess with outsiders, y'all looking real unstable. If anything, they should ask me how I do it. Start taking notes, recording my every movement. I know that I'm the best and I ain't gotta.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to KB's Community. Where's my claps? Here's the pause. I'm here today with Tru West, an amazing artist and all-around dope person.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Tru.
Hey, guys. Hey.
How are you?
I am vibrating. It's kind of been a weird day today, but, just remembering to breathe and just flowing through it, letting life flow, But, yeah.
A bad weird or just little things that just kind of throw you off?
Like life is short weird, like just realizing like, hey, like, while you're breathing every day, just do your best to live like it's your last day, because you never know when you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
So it's just like today was like a reminder that, like, dude, you guys, it's not that serious. Just breathe.
Right.
Like, just breathe and like be your best self. Like, just try to be your best self every day.
It's not that serious. It's true though. Like, honestly, there are some days where life feels like it's just beating you down, and then other days you realize like it's really not that serious.
Like, things could truly be worse.
Yeah.
Like,
seriously. Yeah, I think I definitely have my whole woe is me days, but then I'm like, for what?
For what? Like,
exactly.
It's just like, I get it. Like, feel through it. However, just like remember, like, because you have this opportunity to breathe and to move forward, like, that means that you never know what's going to happen in the next moment.
Right.
So, like, if you just release that energy, you could be available to what's to come, like what's in the cosmos for you, As long as you're alive and breathing, like, you have an opportunity to like literally change your life around. Like,
oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Every
people
day.
Be like, just sometimes people waste their second chances. So I just be like, dude, and I be feeling like that about myself sometimes. Like, ooh, this is a chance. Like, what am I doing with it?
Right,
like,
right.
So
at least you can see that that's what those moments are, though. Not everybody can decipher.
Aware.
Yes, not everybody is aware when this is basically like a second chance of something, to see what you're going to do with it this time around.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How are you?
So, I've been pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been busy.
Big busy. Definitely.
Big busy. It's better than not being busy. I'm either busy, like doing this or work, or like something beneficial, or I'm at home chilling.
Same. Literally same. Oh my
God.
God.
I've come to realize how precious my energy is, and how precious it is to feed into yourself, and also that I don't belong everywhere.
Correct.
It's okay. I'm starting to realize, gatekeep your energy.
Literally, it's okay to be it's literally okay to be in your own space.
Right.
And like, you'll find how amazing you really are. Like, she's precious.
Exactly.
You gotta hold on to her. Like, not everybody deserves access.
Right. Yeah, the spaces, if they're not making you feel good and they're not building you up, there's no point in being in it.
Listen, trust me, I had to learn that the hard way.
You and me both. You and me both.
You guys.
Yeah, something. Yeah, woo, indeed. I don't know how deep we're getting into anything today, so yeah, we're probably not gonna scratch that. But so tell me, what have you been working on?
What have I been working on? I've been working on a lot, like new music. Well, not much new music, because I have so much that I'm like working on releasing. So like new releases really. And then just projects that I've been working on, like I just like to create, and like I like making art, and that's not just talking about music. Like I like fashion a lot, and I like clothes, and I like, you know, different stuff like that. So like I just really been like learning how to utilize my hands for creativity, healing, and love in the best way possible.
I love that.
Yeah,
absolutely love to hear that. So when did you release your latest projects? I know you just dropped, is it an album or it's a full album, right?
It's a full album. Yeah. And I released that back in August. So it's been about 6 months since it's been out. And like I've been getting a lot of like, I don't know, it's been really good. Like I've been getting a lot of good feedback. I've been getting a lot of listens. Like it's literally like the most streamed project that I have out now. And it's like literally the most recent thing that I've dropped. So like that's amazing.
That is.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Do you have like go-to producers that you work with and engineers?
Well, I have a go-to engineer that I've been working with basically since the beginning of me like putting out my first release, which is Taylor Don. Shout out Taylor Don. He's literally been there from like almost the beginning. But so I usually go to him for like engineer work and stuff like that. I recently started working with Sunny Lou. He's an artist, but he's been like in the recording scenes, recording a lot of artists in the scene. He's pretty dope too. Shout out him. As far as producers though, the most producers that I've worked with, like I would say is like DJ Ken's, Johnny Innuendo, and I have like some like unreleased stuff with like that guy Eli and MKE Neely and stuff like that. But like as far as stuff that I have out now, I would say that DJ Ken's and Johnny Innuendo is like the most are the like producers that I had like the most songs with as of right now. I also Deuce Pounds. We have a nice sound together, and like I have like some stuff actually. We have like a nice sound together. So like, it's he actually is on my project as well. So shout out to him. He makes
he's fire,
he makes
for sure.
Really dope beats.
We've been kind of talking about working for a while and then just never solidified anything. So we're gonna have to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, his beats are I like it. But yeah, those are like the main ones that I've been working with from the city. But I have been like, BeatStars and stuff like that, like collaborating and like literally emailing producers from online and collaborating with them on there. Like one of my most streamed songs for my album is After the Tequila, and I literally sent the guy an email on YouTube and was like, hey, I really love this song and I want to purchase an exclusive. And then like we were like, going back and forth. And then I was just letting him know like what I planned to do with it and everything. And he like agreed to be like, oh yeah, I'm down for it, blah, blah, blah. Like,
nice.
So, and literally like that song has been like my most streamed, like that's like one of my most streamed songs right now. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool. Do you have a favorite song of yours
off my album? I have a few. So After the Tequila is actually one of my favorite songs. So it's amazing that that's one of the most streamed ones. And then I would say The Water's Fine is another one of my favorites, and True Feels and Like Me. If I could like pick 4, but that's the ones.
Okay.
I know you said one favorite.
Well, here's if you have multiple favorites, then go ahead and name them all.
Yeah, I love those. Stream my album, y'all.
What do you tend to write about?
My true feels usually. Experiences, thoughts. Even if that's not what I'm feeling in the moment, like I just go based off of like the vibe that I'm getting from the instrumentation, or if like I'm writing a song and I have no instrumentation, it's just usually just downloads that I'm getting from the ethers, and it's just like, you know what, I've heard a word in my head and now words are coming to me, so I just start typing about it. So like usually it's going to either be about how I'm feeling, thoughts that I have, different experiences that I'm working through or have worked through, or manifestation. Like I'm talking about spirit. I'm talking about things that like, talking about like, I don't want to say conspiracies, but like the spirit realm, and talking about how like, man, you guys, we need to get out of this matrix. We need to we need to heal. We need to like raise our vibrations. We need to like realize that we are sovereign beings and we can be autonomous. Like we do not have to be out here paying bills and like doing all this extra crazy stuff. Like we need to like take control over our minds and over our sovereignty. Like, so it'd be like either that or that.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
And then what's interesting is music is such a powerful thing. Like it is made up of vibrations, and frequencies. So if you're talking about those types of things on the right beat, it's going to, make people feel something.
Literally. Yeah. For example, one of my favorite songs, Constellations, that song is literally talking about manifestation, talking about vibration, talking about energy, talking about who I'm meant to be, being from the stars, being destined for greatness and stuff like that. And I feel like that song is received so well is because of just how much intention was put into like just the inner knowing that I had. And yeah, so it's just like the vibrations like from the beat and then from like how I decided to come onto the song, but made it what it was.
Yeah. Repeat the name of the song for anybody.
Constellations.
Okay.
I have a cool.
Is that on your new album or that's a...
No, so that was from my last EP that I dropped back in 2020. So it's called Gift of Gab EP, Gift of Gab Volume 2. So, and yeah, that's like one of my favorite songs. It's real good. Yeah.
Constellations. I'm gonna have to listen when I leave.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay, so how did you get started making music and how old were you when you first started?
It's actually kind of funny because I started making music from like going to fashion shows. Like, so I kind of like dropped out of college and started to become a fashion assistant. And I started off in this fashion show as a fashion assistant. Then I ended up being a model in the fashion show. And so like I was like singing and then like, in the background getting dressed and stuff like that. And they're like, why don't you just sing? Like, why don't you just be a singer? And I'm like, no, I'm scared. And then I just kept running into producers. And so I had finally just, gave it a chance. And I went to the studio one day and like the producer like made a beat right in front of me. And like there was an artist there freestyling. And so I was just like, shit, I'm gonna freestyle too then. And then next thing you know, we laid it down and like the rest is history. Like I loved it. Like the whole experience, the process, it was just like, wow. Like I thought I didn't know how to make songs, but I just needed to be in like the right environment and hear the right beat, I guess,
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
That's cool. How long ago was that?
It'll be about like, it's about like 9 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I was 19. Like I was like 19 going on 20 when I like made my first song. So yeah, it's been a little minute. And so like, I'm still learning these different things, with my creative process and just exploring different sounds and different avenues within my being and within my creativity and just trying to tap into all parts of it.
I love that. Okay, so how would you describe your style?
I would describe my style as far as like my current music that I have out. It's like this trap soul vibe. And then it's also just mixed with like this like early 2000s nostalgia type of thing. Like it gives you like that early 2000s vibe or like the 90s vibe, but then it's just like the trap soul mixed with it. So it's just like, I don't know, it makes you feel like, ooh, So I don't know if that really answers your question.
It does. It does.
Which is so crazy.
What you think your sound is kind of relatable to.
Yeah, it's like relatable to like Oh, I don't know if like he's able to open the door or not, um, but yeah, yeah, I would say that it gives like a it gives like a not a Tamar, Tony Braxton vibe. It gives like the Aaliyah vibe. It gives, but then it has like this like trap new age mix to it.
Okay.
So it's just like I feel like that's like the most closest to my sound. But then I also give off like Kaylani or SZA vibes too. So it's just like those sounds and like R&B, soul, trap soul, contemporary R&B. Like within that like niche is where like I feel like my sound really is tethered into. Like that's really just stuck into. Like if you were to put me on a playlist, there's gonna be like Kalani, there's gonna be some SZA, there's probably even gonna be some Aaliyah on there. Um, who else? Maybe even some Tim's, and yeah, that's that's a good like list of artists. Jhené Aiko,
Okay.
Lucky Day,
Mm.
Bryson Tiller,
All my favorites.
Bryson Tiller,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that is it.
Dope. I love that. Okay, so what has been your greatest challenge in doing music so far, and then what has been your greatest joys / accomplishments?
My greatest challenge. I feel like my greatest challenge as an artist, honestly, lately, like the past few years, I have been exploring different sounds because I have been like put in this like box of R&B, even though like that was never like the intention. Like I wanted to do like a whole different vibe of music. It just happened that I was just falling under R&B all the time. But so like I've been just exploring different sounds, but the challenge is that I think that I had to like wrap my mind around like who I have been seen to be, and knowing that that's just because I've been known as this person does not mean that I have to stay there.
Right.
And so just like putting myself like, hey, like don't take this too seriously. You're here to create and just make music. You aren't defined by what genre of music you make because you're an artist at the end of the day. And so like it was the hardest thing for me has been just taking away the idea or the thought of like what people are going to think of this new sound or this new idea because they've been known me as this for so long.
Yeah.
Even though that was never who I was intending to be, but that's who y'all see me as, that's who y'all know me as. But now there's more, and coming to terms with like embracing that for myself first, has been the biggest challenge the last like 2 years. Was just like, no, you have so much more to offer than just this. You need to explore this. You deserve to explore this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So what other sounds are you looking to create, or would you have wanted to create at any point?
So there is like this I've been like exploring with like this like indie sounds and like house music and pop and funk, and like just seeing like really what fits so good with me, because like I like all of those sounds of music.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be an indie artist, and then I just fell into R&B, and it was like, oh, y'all see me as R&B, R&B, and then it was like my music kept falling into R&B, so I was like, okay, I guess I am one right now. So my stuff has been like, okay, which one do I sound the best in? Which one do I feel the best in? Like, last year was so fun for me because I really did get to explore with like making pop music, and like I was on a collab album with like some people that I met, and I was singing pop songs, and it was fun. I'm like, oh my god. And then like I had been making house music like with that guy Eli and that stuff. Like I was,
that's fun,
dude. And it's like, bro, like, oh my god, and it's like everything that I've made is like has been amazing, and it's like there's literally nothing you can like put in front of me that I won't just make into my own, and I've like even experimented with like synth music and like synth wave and electronic pop and stuff like that. Like I had released a single with this artist named Ego earlier last year, and it's called Otherworldly. That's like one of my favorite songs, and it was really because like she created the beat, and like we were just in there like co-producing, and we made this whole different sound, and like we started calling it rhythm and synth. And so it was like,
that's cool.
There's these synthy vibes that I really want to tap into and dive deep into, like stuff with like really funky, nice bass, but then also has like this synthy dystopian like vibe to it. And so it's just like trying to like working through uncovering that and what that sounds like and trying to explain it to producers has been like crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure. And the thing is, not everybody is versatile enough as well to be able to do that. I feel like we find a lot of very popular pockets of music that there are producers that are great at doing here, but then like there is that type of like different sound that I almost feel like you kind of have to travel elsewhere to make music with people who can be on that same wave, you know.
And honestly, that's what I had been doing, which like it was like kind of a weird feeling for me because like I would love to like, you know, continue to like work with artists within my city and stuff like that, producers within my city, but honestly expanding and like meeting different like producers and artists from different places has actually helped me expand as an artist. Like the artist / producer that I made that song with, she's out in LA, and like we were able to make that sound together because that's like that was the energy. And then like when I went to Atlanta, I was able to make all this different type of pop music and stuff because I was surrounded by people who were just like doing this. So it was like, it's interesting. Like, that's why I always encourage people, hey, if you want to go and travel, I am like the biggest advocate for like traveling, like, because it will really show you who you are really. And then it'll like help expand your mindset on like what you're capable of. So it's just like, I always be like, dude, yes, go and travel because you will know what you're capable of when you go and put yourself out there.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so we got into what's been the greatest challenge. What have been your greatest accomplishments and just moments you're proud of, things that have brought you joy?
I feel like I'm still working towards my greatest accomplishment. I'm like literally my biggest critic, but I would say one of my greatest accomplishments, or a few of them, have been like just being able to like perform at festivals like Pride Fest and like getting my songs, like getting placements in like films and stuff like that. That's been like really amazing. And honestly, just being able to create with like make this these amazing sounds with people, like being able to collaborate and connect, like make genuine connections as an artist, like as myself as an artist, and making genuine connections and making beautiful music like organically. Like I think that's like one of my favorite things because that's honestly what inspired me to move forward with being an artist in the first place. Because of the creating process. So just being able to go wherever and find artists that like meet artists and they're like, oh, you're cool, let's record, and then we make something amazing. I think that that's like, I want to keep doing stuff like that forever. Like that makes me want to just keep making stuff. Like, so I'm really proud of like what I've made in the last year, 2 years, because it's really shown me that no one can limit me but me. So
don't let other people put you in a box you don't want to be in.
Yeah.
So how comfortable are you as a performer?
I've grown to actually love performing. I used to be super nervous, but now it's like the more people in the room, the more amped I get. Like I'm just like, you guys, here's a fun fact. I am very clumsy. Just pretend you did not see that. What the fuck? My bad. I did not mean to abuse your mic.
It's okay. The mic's fine.
What was we saying? Oh, yeah, I used to be super nervous, but now the more the merrier. Like, no, I see you in that crowd. Yeah, amp me up. Like, I love it. Like, literally, I honestly have been like like performing in my living room, pretending that there's like 50,000 people in the room, and like they're all like, "Oh my god, True!" And I'm
visualizing.
like, yeah. Yeah. So I'm just like been manifesting that moment because like I feel like I'm gonna be nervous at first, but then I'm gonna just have so much fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like sharing moments like that with people who enjoy hearing my songs.
Yeah.
So I think that that's fun. Like being like, I feel like I'm just like in a room or in a crowd of people who all enjoy music, and the music just so happened to me. No, I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to nervous performers? People who just aren't that comfortable.
Breathe. I would say breathe. Because it's so funny. When I was nervous, and I still get nervous all the time, but what helps me is I just literally stop and I take a moment and just let all my inhibitions out. Like let it all flow out. Literally just, and I just speak life over myself. And this is moments that you dreamed of. Just go out there and have fun. There's no pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you love this.
Right.
This is what you love to do. And it might feel crazy right now, but I bet you when you get on that stage and people are smiling at you because you're so amazing, it's not going to even feel as scary anymore. And just do another breath and then just ask for protection and then exhale and then just run out there and just do it. Literally don't let yourself give yourself the opportunity to talk yourself out of it. Like don't do it. Don't just go and do it. Breathe. Give yourself a pep talk. If you believe in God, if you believe in a higher being, or you believe in yourself, remind yourself of that in that moment. Be like, I believe in you. There's people out there that clearly believe in you. They're waiting for you.
Right.
Go do this.
I had to start being delusional with it, where I would tell myself that I was a superstar before I went out. Like, because otherwise I freeze. I don't like the stage. And I have only performed like probably 4 times now. So it is still like that fresh feeling.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's more fun than it is nerve-wracking at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, delusional.
Very much. No,
like you say, breathe through it, and then go out there and be delusional and act like you're the.
What she's saying is true. Like
seriously,
you definitely sometimes you do have to be delusional, even if you don't believe it in that moment. Because like it was times where I didn't believe it. Like it would be like a crowd that like I haven't performed in front of, right? So it'd be the nerves all over again because it's like, okay, well they never heard my music. What if they're like, girl, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, girl, they gonna like you. Like, and if they don't, you gonna change their mind. Cause what? And so like sometimes you gotta be delusional. If the pep talk ain't working, just be like, you know what? F it. Like I'm already here.
Tell yourself you're Rihanna and go out there.
Like everybody in this room is here to see me. Like, yeah, no, being delusional sometimes helps. If like the breathing ain't working, sometimes you just gonna be like, I'm here, I'm getting paid $100,000 to be here. Like, yeah, and it's like 100 people up in here. I might as well just go out there because they all bought their tickets to come and see me. Like, this is a sold out arena. Like, tell yourself that. Like,
exactly.
Sometimes you got to just tell yourself what you need to hear or what you want to hear.
You want to hear. Exactly. Exactly, because it's true if you believe it, right? Yep. Okay, so if you could work with any 5 artists, who would they be?
Ooh, with S-Hoy. Ooh, okay. 5?
5. You get 5.
Okay. That's like really difficult. Okay. I've always wanted to do a collab with Kanye because I'm pretty sure that man's my cousin. So I've always wanted to do, because I like his production. So even if he's not on the song, I would like to collab with
His
him.
production is
His production's amazing. So like for sure, like even if he's just producing, I need a record with that man. This is hard. I mean, I guess so. SZA would be another one. There is an artist named, what is their name? Her name is Amare.
Oh, I know who that is.
I would like to do a song with her. I feel like her music is like, I don't want to say cute, but it is like the way that she talks. Yes,
it's the voice that's
literally.
cute.
And I'm like, dude, I just feel like we'd make like a fun song. Like it would be really nice. K Tronada, like I know he's a producer, but like I would like to make a sound with him. Like I would like to build a sound with him. I feel like that would be amazing. Dang, that's already 3. 2 left. Oh, this is so difficult, you guys. There's so many artists that I like, always like, the people that I really dreamed of working with. Rest in peace, they're not alive anymore. But
who would that be?
If there was a way that I could get a song with Whitney Houston, like I would do that.
Really?
Yes, I love Whitney Houston so much. I feel like if I was to be in a room with, like, if I could get a song with Mariah Carey too, I'd do that too. I love Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is like one of my, like, her and Whitney Houston and Aaliyah was like one of the top 3 people I was listening to back in the day. So okay, Mariah Carey too. She's still alive. That's one left. Damn,
she's still alive.
I didn't even go. I'm just talking about singers. I didn't even get to the rappers yet.
You can have 2 rappers then.
Oh, okay. Kendrick Lamar. Fuck. That just leaves one. Like right, my shoulder. The shoulder's like helping me think. These are my thinking bounce. I don't know. I honestly can't think right now.
Okay.
I can't think because
you named your 5 though. We'll give it to you.
Ooh, but I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna have to call you up and be like, no, listen, like, can you edit and can you say this person? Because I'm like, I feel like I'm not thinking of all the people. Like, that's why I hate when I get put on the spot with this question.
Say it was the pressure. That's
yes,
what it was.
when I get put on the spot with this question, I always I blank out because there's so many artists that I am inspired by that I would love to work with, and I literally have a list written down somewhere of all these different people, but it's like for different reasons. So it's just like, but yeah, we'll just go with that for now, just to like stop taking up so much time. I will just keep talking about it.
Maybe we can come back if you remember later.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think is okay? I'm gonna ask you 2 things. What do you think is really working within the Milwaukee music scene, and what do you think really needs to change? So we'll start with, what do you think is working well? What are we doing well?
I feel like what is working well is the way that low-end music has been getting promoted by literally everybody. Like, I think that has been getting a lot of exposure. Like, people are finally starting to hear about Milwaukee and the scene and the type of music and culture that we have to offer as a city. So I think that's amazing. And like, literally, when I say community, like, there's children, there's other artists, there's all these other people cross promoting, which like has been a difficult thing in our music scene to even get accomplished.
Right.
So I feel like that has been like a big thing, and like people going viral and stuff like that off of, music that's been being made for the last 10 years. Right. So it's just like, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, that is something that I would say is like something really good that's going good for us. Something that I feel like we could work on is supporting the artists that like more support with artists that aren't in that sound, like that Milwaukee low end sound, that have like a different niche, that are in a different genre, that are, you know, a different palette, like, you know, a different taste value. Because all of us are amazing. All of us are like very talented in our own right. So it just like, you know, us being able to cross promote the same way that we do for the low end music that's been going viral.
Right.
The other genres of music that are just as good can go viral if we just have that same intention. So I think that that's something that we can work on more. And then as far as like with events, I personally feel that like when shows are getting put together, like I feel like there should be a show where you just showcased like 1 to 3 artists and like literally promote the mess out of it. Make sure the artists can get paid, and then also introduce the artists to an actual audience,
right,
instead of it just being a room full of other artists. That's
and
something that we
like
need to work on as a city.
Yeah, that's something that's made me like stop getting excited as well, because I'm like, at this point we're performing for rooms full of people that we already know.
Yeah, it's not exposure. There's no exposure going there.
And so yeah,
I've realized like performing in different cities, different states, that like there's actual genuine fans there. Like there's the ratio between artists and fans in the audience, it's more fans. There's more audience than artists in the audience.
Yeah.
And so I love that, because it's just like now I'm getting organic streams, I'm getting organic fans, I'm getting new fans, I'm getting new introductions, I'm getting a new build of network.
Right.
There's new opportunity because, okay, that fan actually, their uncle works for the radio station in that city, and now they want to put, you know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. Like you're not able to, if you already are not like really supporting the artists in your city for whatever your personal reason or why you not, like, who knows why other artists don't support other artists.
Right.
I will never know, because I like to support artists.
Exactly.
So like I'm no hater, like literally.
Yeah.
So but those artists that are in that room, if they already don't support you, they're just in that room staring at you.
Exactly.
So like
either that or they're walking out mid
right to get a drink. Right.
Yeah. Or the second their friend goes off stage, half the room walks out.
Right. Correct. So it's like that not only is making the artist that is on stage insecure about their craft,
right,
and they could be one of the most talented people in the room, but now they're insecure, and they don't feel supported, and also it's just like maybe the audience, the artists in that crowd, if they were to like promote, share where they're at, maybe some people would come, or maybe some like body that's seen the story would be like, what was this? Who was that artist?
Right.
But because they're not thinking of that, they're not being intentional when they're in these spaces. I can't like really say what be going through people's minds, but I feel like if we are more intentional when we're in these spaces, more intentional things would happen.
Yeah.
More viral things would happen. More support would happen. More cross promotion would happen. More collaborations would happen. So I think that that's something important to look into.
I agree.
And artists shouldn't be like starving. Like it shouldn't be big events happening in our city. And like there's been artists that have been performers for like over 10 years that still are performing on stage and not getting paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, literally, what are we doing? Like, I feel like
it would be different if there was a real industry for it here.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, people like that put so much money into these events, like being more intentional about where this money is going. What are we doing with this? Who are we going to have sponsor it? What connections do I really have? You know, thinking of all of this thinking of all of this, excuse me, before we even like reach out to the artists,
Right.
and have like, we need to like have these things thought of, because the more that we have it planned out and thought of, the better the outcome and the better the opportunity for the people involved. And you know, like, it's just like, I feel like some stuff can be actually very simple. As it's as simple as, who do you know?
Exactly.
It's like with these
It really is.
yeah.
I'm gonna say 80% who you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's like the same people keep getting promoted and supported by our city, and it's unfair. And then it's like, you have to look a certain way in order to be promoted by the people who actually have access to those big opportunities and the money, like where you're going to get the opportunities and the money.
Mm-hmm.
They're only supporting a certain type of demographic or a certain type of crowd or a certain type of, you know, skin color. So it's just like, you know, that needs to change as well.
It does.
Like how we had like this big event like back in 2020. It was like when the Pfizer Forum was just like basically open.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having a local artist open up for like, it was some type of event. I can't remember if it was like just some concert or if it was like for a luncheon, or it was around the time where it was like it was a word for it, decom. No, it was something that had to deal with elections or something. But they had like a event.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember.
I know what you're talking about.
So they had like this big event. There was like politicians and stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of people there, a bunch of wealthy people, connected people there, and they had performers. None of them were local.
I did not even know they had performers.
Yeah.
But so here's the question though. Were the performers famous?
Yeah. But then it was also like, this is when you can like literally like showcase artists that took open up for this famous person. Right. That was like a random famous person. It wasn't like, oh, they're relevant. Like it was like random. Like I wish I remember who it was, but it was just like, why are y'all having them come here? Like if y'all gonna have them come here, at least there's like artists in the city that are like amazing.
Yeah.
That work their butt off. Like literally put money behind them.
And that's the thing. They don't want to put money behind anything that's not already popping.
And that's
yeah. We live in a place where it's not already popping.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get money put behind the artists because we don't have, like we said before, there's no real industry for it yet.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well,
I believe that the bigger events do need to do better promoting local talent.
Yeah.
For sure. And not the same 5-10 people that they get to do everything. Yeah,
literally, because there's so many more, and there's so many genres and subgenres, and there's so many different sounds like to tap into here.
Exactly.
Like it's where like Milwaukee is like a melting pot of culture and diversity, and it needs to be shared. Like
right.
It's not just hip hop, it's not just lo-fi, it's not just low end, it's not just R&B. Like it's so much more.
So much. Yes.
And it deserves to be recognized.
So I'm going to tell you what somebody told me. You know who Maya P is and who Destiny Leon are?
Yeah.
Their manager was here. He told me that labels are thirsty for Milwaukee talent right now, and not just low end. He said low end is what's getting noticed. It's what's blowing up, but his DMs are full of people asking what else we got, basically. So the attention is coming.
It is.
They're looking at us, but I feel like they're just waiting for a little bit more growth, or I don't know, for the city gain a bit more momentum. Who knows? But we're being watched, at least. So that's gratifying.
No, I definitely know that. I'm definitely aware of that, because there's people from our city in different places, like, you know, Atlanta and stuff like that. So like they, you know, they're coming to terms of like who Milwaukee people are and what the artists in Milwaukee are doing. And Destiny Lynn, she's been doing this for a minute. So like I'm glad to finally see that she's getting like where she's going, because she's been dope since forever.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember when I was, you know, Illegal to Tell, performing at Jean's Supper Club, and like seeing her like perform. She was like one of the first local artists that I seen perform. And I'm like, oh, she's dope. And then going to like Texas and seeing her perform. Like we performed in Texas one time, like way back in like 2018, and like just dope. Like just being able to bring, what's the word? Knowing how to like not show a crowd, reel a crowd in.
I know, yeah.
You know what I'm
get
saying?
you. Yeah,
control the crowd, control the crowd, and then like how consistent she's been, like as far as posting videos, posting videos, and like her stuff going viral and stuff like that. Like she is like the epitome of like, okay, consistency will get you there.
Right.
Like, and I remember seeing one of her videos, her interviews on Juice Talk, where she talked about it, like being consistent. Like you really got to like keep, like, even when people are trying to act like they don't see you, they see you.
Exactly.
And so that's kind of been my thing as far as like reminding myself like to stay consistent. Like, okay, even if they might not like my stuff, the views are showing that people are watching me. Right. So it's just like, just keep going, and the right person's going to come across your page and be like, you know what, I seen your page, I like what you're doing, I like your music, I think this and this and that, let's do some work.
Right.
It's only a matter of time.
It is only a matter of time. Okay, so on that note, oh, the time flew. Right? Do you have like any final thoughts you want to get out to everyone?
Final thoughts
about pretty much anything.
Well, I wanted to
encouragement. Oh, what is it?
I wanted to ask you, like, how long have you been doing this?
Literally only since June.
Really?
Yes, and I stumbled. Here's the thing. It was my intention to host a podcast. And it was my intention for like a good year or so. And the day just came where I was meeting a friend here for drinks and lunch. And the security guard, since it was my first time here, gave me a tour. And so my nosy self, I see Tone over here in his podcast studio, and I was like, I don't know, something just made me go in and talk to him.
Yeah.
And then was that me?
No. I'm so sorry.
Am I telepathic now?
Not get us moment again, you guys, please.
That's so funny. So yeah, but like, yeah, so then he just ended up being my podcast home.
Oh,
yeah, and
awesome.
He took me in. He's been helping me learn the ropes, and it's just been a positive experience, a really positive experience. And I've just loved getting to network more, having the opportunity to allow others to speak their piece.
Yeah.
Of course, being able to speak my piece has just been really cool. So
no, I definitely, and I wanted to ask because it's been amazing, like being able to see your interviews and seeing that you like are connecting yourself with these different artists and like putting them on your platform and talking about them and their creative process and all these different things, and like how we can help promote, like how we become a community.
Exactly.
Like, it's so important.
By the way, everybody look at my shirt. It says love and unity for the community. Okay?
Yes, and we love that. I love that.
I go off.
No, definitely promote yourself. No, shout out to you for like having me on your platform, creating this platform for the community.
Oh, thanks.
It's amazing. And I'm so grateful that you like went with your first mind to bring it into fruition, because a platform like this is always needed. So definitely with more women, because I see a lot of guys making a podcast or like, you know, different stuff like that. So I definitely love the fact that you're on here pushing other artists to just like, come on my platform, talk about yourself, promote yourself. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. I need to hear that sometimes. So thanks.
Keep this
sometimes
going.
I'm like, does anybody really care? But
no, I
hear those comments, like those
I
types of comments.
It.
I'm like, yeah, you guys actually are grateful, and there are people who are watching. So I'm just like, you know, even if the numbers aren't like way up there right now, even like you underestimate your reach when it comes to like social media and that as well. Like people are still seeing.
Yes. So. And your name is getting out there.
Exactly.
Even when you like, you know, feel like might not be, you know, getting enough exposure, your name is getting out there because people are looking for other platforms to share themselves.
Right.
So like it's only a matter of time. It's only been since June, and look about how many interviews you've done
right
since then. Like, that's amazing.
Thank you, Miss Cheerleader. I needed it.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, any, like, as far as, I just had to make sure I said that. But as far as anything else, words of encouragement for anybody, definitely be true to yourself. I'm always gonna say that, because that's not only just a reminder for myself, but I just want to remind everybody that I come across, like, you you are the best, and don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. Like, if you even gotta feel delusional, even if you don't believe it yourself in the moment, like, you are the best and you are great. You just got to tap into yourself, stay consistent, keep going, even when you feel like stopping. Like, fear is only false evidence appearing real. So, like, even if you're scared, just do it. Like, I literally have been doing it scared for some years now. And like, it's actually, I'm actually starting to see the fruits of my labor for just being determined to just keep going. And like, so I just encourage and implore all of you to, like, take a deep look within yourself and figure out what you're passionate about. Figure out who you truly are within your core, and do your best every day to live and breathe as that person, because you deserve to be your greatest version. Ashe.
You needed that. Thanks for the inspiration. And thank you so much for coming. And everyone, stream True Feels now.
Yes, True Feels.
Oh, and thank you all for listening. This has been KB's Community. We'll catch you next time.